It's been said that everything Mary Harriman did, she did with enthusiasm, enlisting others to join her along the way. A natural collaborator, she recognized that women had an important leadership role to play in improving the community. The same can be said for Senator Florence Shapiro, who for decades has rolled up her sleeves and enthusiastically sought out solutions for meeting the needs in her community. In 1976, Plano, Texas was an emerging suburb of Dallas. Plano was a community in need of an organization where civic-minded women could join together and work to find solutions to their emerging community issues.
1976 was when we recognized, there were a group of women and myself, and we recognized that with this tremendous influx of people and with this dynamic growth in Plano, that we needed more than just volunteers in different places, but we needed an organization. And we spent a number of years as a Plano Service League, but it was very well accepted in the community. 13 of us started. The next year we had 26 and then 50, and it just grew by leaps and bounds.
We were a very small town at that time, 17,000 people, and I had just moved to Plano and was taken into the league and got to meet Florence, who was the founding president of the group. Florence was very impressive. She had a vision for what this small group of women could do in the town at that time, and a vision for what was needed.
I think my league experience probably was the nexus for everything that I did. The idea that I would organize as one of the founders, 13 women, have a mission, find goals, objectives, meet those, participate with people together. It really was the beginning of my desire to continue serving the public.
A committed community and civic leader, Senator Florence Shapiro did not enter public service to make a statement. She entered to make a difference. Senator Shapiro began her career in the Texas Senate in 1993. However, her entrance into elected office began decades before, and not long after, she founded the Plano Service League.
I met Florence when she was mayor of Plano. She was the first woman mayor of her city, and she was a leader. She was a leader from the beginning. You could see it. She just was a star. And of course, later down the road, my husband and I, he was state chairman of the Republican Party of Texas, when a state Senate seat became open, we both said, Florence. And we talked to Florence and she was floored. She said, "What, me?" And we said, "Of course, you're the perfect candidate." And of course she ran and won and then became a real leader for Texas in the state Senate.
Beginning in 1995, Shapiro worked closely with her friend and ally, Governor George W. Bush. Together, they helped to change the future of Texas by changing the education of Texas children. The historic reforms passed into law were simple, but they have had a profound impact.
The idea of being chairman of the Senate Education Committee for 8 years, and to actually mold public policy in the education space, which is just so very important. I'm not sure there's anything that affects the lives of your citizens more than the education of their children.
Another career-defining piece of work was a comprehensive package of bills known as Ashley's Laws. 7-year-old Ashley Estelle was abducted from a Plano park and murdered in 1993, a crime that rocked the community and set Senator Shapiro into action.
But we need new solutions, and I am sure that if this bill becomes law, that Texas will become the standard in sex offender laws.
These laws, which passed in 1995 and 1997, have improved the way our state adjudicates, punishing, and tracks sex offenders, and is used as a national benchmark, saving more than 500 children nationally. Senator Shapiro used her skills learned in the league to bring groups together to work collaboratively to effect significant change. Ashley laws have been adopted by almost every state.
What happened was Senator Florence Shapiro came to our Children's Advocacy Center and said, if you could change the system to protect children, what would you do? And from that, she created 27 different items, and we formed what we loosely referred to as the Blue Ribbon Panel to look at this. And from that, and that was the genesis of what we know of as Ashley's laws.
I will say to the Estelles that Ashley's death was not in vain, that maybe because of what happened to Ashley, these laws were put in place, and that's the reason I put her name on them, and that there will be children's lives saved in Texas as a result of what happened to Ashley Estelle.
Diana and Dick Estelle, Ashley's parents, have a very close relationship with Senator Shapiro as well. I have heard Diana say how much respect she has for Senator Shapiro and how grateful she is to Senator Shapiro for all the work that she did, and for Senator Shapiro never let Ashley be forgotten.
She's tenacious. I respect her greatly, but boy, when she gets an issue and she, particularly she's passionate about her issues, whether it be education, kids, it was like a light bulb came off on her saying, that this is something that needs to change.
Well, Florence really honed her skills in the junior league and as a community leader, and then became mayor, and has taken those skills, the tenacity, the never take no for an answer attitude. She took it straight to the mayor's office and then to the state senate.
She's personable, but I can tell you, she can be as hard as a tack. I think that's why people respect her and love her, because she gets the job done.
She's just been a tremendous gift to our community. We are so fortunate to have her in our lives for the last 40 years, and our community is all the better for her contributions and her commitment and her unwavering affection for the citizens of this area. She is a star.
With a supportive husband and family, Senator Shapiro has been able to embrace her love of improving the community.
One of the main things with her is her parents were Holocaust survivors, and it was a very big deal to her to see that, for her parents to see the transformation, especially from going from Germany, where they weren't even allowed to be citizens, to one generation later, she was not only a citizen, but a very involved and vibrant citizen, and a woman able to hold public office and to hold state office, which was an amazing thing for just in one generation to see that change.
The main thing that I have always said is, because of my parents and their past, that I have always felt that God put me on this earth to be the bridge between my parents and their past, and my children and their future, and now my grandchildren and their future. And I hope that as my time comes, that when people look back, they can say that I gave 150% to that vision. I am convinced that women are enormously accomplished when they put their mind to it and when they decide that they want to do something. There's no better example than the Junior League. Women that have an honest and sincere desire to make the world a better place.